this is a weird song of mine, and it's a song that I wrote never really to be heard by anyone. You know, it was written just out of pure frustration and as a sort of letter to myself. But now you're gonna hear it. And I wrote it. I moved to Nashville about 6 months before COVID, and I had just graduated college in Boston, and it was my first time out of New England, and it was my first time sort of stepping into the larger world, it felt like. And moving somewhere like Nashville, you know, it's sort of dazzling because there's tall buildings that say Columbia Records and stuff like that, you know, and publishing companies and country stars at bars and all this kind of stuff. And I wanted to get down there and I wanted to do some of that stuff. You know, I wanted to play the Bluebird Cafe. You know, I wanted to write a country song in one of those tall buildings. And I wanted to just see what would happen. I wanted to run into a country star at a bar. And, you know, maybe something would happen. And I went there and I started doing some of that stuff in those few months. I started writing like 5 days a week, and I wrote some songs in those tall buildings, and I played the Bluebird twice and hung out with a bunch of people who were successful, and they were miserable. And I was miserable. trying to rhyme the word truck with beer. You know, I was completely miserable 6 months in, and so I wrote this dumb little song out of my frustrations with growing up and with the music industry in Nashville. And I wrote it for myself, but I made a short run of t-shirts with the chorus lyric on them, and they became my best-selling piece of merch by like 100 billion thousand miles. And so now I play it all the time. But this is my letter to myself. And I got 72 more t-shirts yesterday, so please, empty out my car, please. For a while I thought that I'd missed my shots, and by the time I turned 25, everybody would have forgotten about me and my story, my songs and who I am. I'd fade into obscurity, another guitar playing white man. Yeah, I used to stand at the kitchen table and see the Rolling Stone cover stars who just turned 21, 6 or 7 Grammys in their arms. That world seems so far from me, graduating college at 23, while they're off living their dreams. Oh, they must be so happy. Oh, maybe it's all bullshit, and nobody knows what they're doing. And if I had millions of dollars or a million more fans, I know it wouldn't change a thing about who I am. Da 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 da. Now I see it in the faces of my friends and my mom. Time takes everything, there's no use trying to hold on. But that doesn't stop some people from trying to cheat the clock, as if chasing after youth isn't just a lifetime of mourning. Oh, maybe it's all bullshit, and nobody knows what they're doing. And if I had millions of dollars or a Botox injection, it wouldn't change a thing about who I am. I'm just a man born and bred in New Hampshire. hair, 6'1¾". I'm not my songs, no. I'm not a brand. I'm not an image. Maybe it's all bullshit, and nobody knows what they're doing. And if I had millions of dollars and everything I thought I wanted, I know it wouldn't change a thing. It wouldn't change a thing. It wouldn't change a thing about who I am. That's my unhinged song. They don't like that song everywhere, but I feel like there's a Vermont vibe to that song a little bit, right?